Hi ladies and gents, welcome to video part series 3 where we're going to be focusing on sourcing strategies, i.e. how to find the best investment deals to meet your criteria. So as a quick introduction, my name is Dwayne Squires. I'm an investor and partner in Property Result Investments. I'm a mentor and specialist in sourcing below market value properties, lease option, as well as rent to rent deals. So just to highlight, between 2014 to 17, we sourced over 100 properties in the northeast of England, which is our goldmine area for building property portfolios for ourselves as well as our clients. The sourcing formula is what I want to first start off with. So you've got the tactics and the marketing techniques that we'll talk about next. But I really want to hit home that there's 3 stages to the sourcing formula. So number 1 is marketing, and that's what we're focusing over in this video. But the key thing to remember here is marketing generates the lead, i.e. that phone call or that inquiry that someone wants to sell their house. And then once you've got that inquiry, you then want to generate that viewing of the house, i.e. to see it, look around, look at, does it meet your criteria? Is there things in that property that means that, number 1, it's a great deal, or number 2, you need to consider regarding refurbishment or minor tweaks and fixtures, and as a result you need to factor that in the cost and the purchase price. And then once you've done that viewing, that's going to be the opportunity to then go into stage 3, which is to convert that vendor into agreeing to sell their house to you. When you put stage 1 marketing, stage 2 viewing, stage 3 all together, that's what will generate the deal that you need that meets your criteria. We'll get into marketing strategy. So there's hundreds of ways to find opportunities, but there's 6 golden nuggets that I'll cover in this training. This is going to be ideal if you have the time, effort, consistency to put in to try and find those golden deals that meet your criteria. If you haven't got the time, but you may have the capital to invest in property, the sourcing strategies that I'm going to talk about may not be what you need, because it's hard work. You need to put aside a lot of time, be it in the evenings or days, to put these strategies in place in the long term to generate a consistent amount of opportunities and leads that hit your criteria. If you have the time, then the training course and these tactics will be ideal. But if you don't, then please feel free to watch it to understand it, because these are just a couple of the strategies that we put in place in our business to find our clients deals. Right at the end of the video, we'll talk about another opportunity or another strategy that you can use if you've got limited time to find the deals that you need that meet your criteria. So we'll start off with dominating Google. So this is one of my favorites. So why should you look to dominate Google? Google is the number 1 search engine online. It has millions, billions of views every day, every minute. And with changes in society, there's an increasing amount of vendors who are searching online to sell their house. There's thousands and thousands of vendors in the UK who want to sell their house, and they're searching online to do it. The traditional way of selling a house through a estate agent, i.e. going on a high street and then inquiring with an estate agent about selling one's house, has significantly changed. You want to dominate Google because those thousands of vendors, you want to get their view. You want them to know about you, to see you online. And that will mean that you can be direct with that vendor. Being direct with a vendor is the edge that you can get, because you can present the offer, you can present the opportunity, you can be direct with them to highlight the benefits of them selling their house to you. And that's what we do on a daily basis in our business, get direct to the vendor so we can get the best deal both for ourselves but also for the vendor. Now here's what you need to do is, number 1, do keyword research. Google provides a lot of tools to help you, and one of those tools is the keyword planner. And this gives you several different keywords that you can look to use on your online properties to get the visibility that you need. So you want to do some keyword research, and the find out what are people looking for online. It's Google keyword tool, as well as another tool is Uber Suggest, which will give you a number of keyword phrases that people are looking for. And then once you've got a bunch of keywords, you then want to adjust those keywords to local phrases. For example, targeting an area in Durham, one of our areas. You want to have that keyword plus the location. Keyword plus location. And that's what you want to put on your website as well as your Google properties. So once you've done that keyword research, you then want to create those online properties. You want to put a website up as well as Facebook and other social media accounts. As you can see from the images, we've got hundreds of web pages from our website that are shown on first page of Google. And that's what you're seeking to do, to create a website with various different pages on there targeting those keywords that you're looking to rank for. And once you've created that website, there's two things that you then need to do to seek to help you dominate Google. Number one is on-page optimization, and that is making sure your website is optimal for Google. So that's putting your keywords in, writing your title tags, putting in descriptions. It's creating videos that support your website and various different other elements. And if you want some more training on online optimization, please feel free to reach out to me and I'll go through that with you. The second aspect is off-page optimization. And all that really is seeking to get the appreciation from other online websites that will help you boost your ranking so you can get on first page. There's a whole lot of steps and techniques needed in that, which I'm not going to cover in this training series because it's a huge amount. It's a training course in itself. But again, if you need some help or assistance, please feel free to reach out to me. Once you've created your website and you've got it optimized both online and off page, you then want to focus on getting your website to convert. That's the second part of the formula. One is getting your website created and getting the visibility, getting people to those websites, and then getting that visibility to then convert, i.e. into a phone call or an inquiry. And there's a lot of hard work behind that. There's tools and systems that you'll need that will help track and identify opportunities for you to optimize your website. In our business, our website generates between a 10 to 15% conversion. So that means for every 100 views, we will convert 10 to 15% in terms of phone calls or lead inquiries. Now, when you compare that to the average of 2 to 3%, we're doing very, very well. So if you need any help there, please feel free to reach out to us. I need to underline, dominating Google to get visibility in front of thousands of inquiries and vendors. You need to take big action, hard work. You need to invest thousands of pounds to tens of thousands of pounds, but it pays off. It really, really pays off. After 6 to 12 to 18 months, that's when you can reasonably expect to be on first page of Google and to have that consistent amount of leads coming in. We're generating 20 plus leads a month. Strategy 2 is YouTube. YouTube is now the second most popular website online. That means right behind Google, you have YouTube, where people are searching daily for how-to videos and various different aspects of inquiries. And this is a tactic that we deploy in our business to dominate YouTube for certain keywords. So what you want to do here is the keyword research that you did for your website, you want to deploy that research to YouTube. So keyword plus location, location plus keyword, whatever it may be, and create videos, 1 to 3 to 5 minute videos that help answer a question around that keyword. It could be answering a question, and it can also just be a day in the life of your business and how you can help vendors. So put the time and effort in, and this strategy will give you some really, really quality leads. And it's free. You don't have to invest anything. It's just investing time and effort. You can get your smartphone out and then take a quick video of you talking about your business and showing the benefits, and then edit that with free software and then upload it onto YouTube. Only thing you need to do with this tactic is put the time and effort in and create as many videos as you can, and you'll see over the long term you'll generate some really good quality leads. Number three is Gumtree. So there's many people who say to us, Gumtree doesn't work anymore. There's no leads that come through. Gumtree puts bans on my advertisements, etc., etc. I've got to honestly say, we've never experienced that. With our Gumtree advertisement, it works very effectively. And there's two ways to utilize Gumtree. Number one is posting, and posting a short, benefit-driven ad in the classifieds, inquiring around those that want to sell their house. Not complicated, just a simple classified ad. And you can feel free to reach out to us if you need some help. But the benefit is just keep it short and simple. People are bombarded with advertisements. You just want to keep it short and simple and benefit driven. And then two, go on to those looking for sale or looking for rent. And you want to data mine their contact details, i.e. take their phone numbers, put it into an Excel document, and then send a text to those individuals asking them if they want to sell their house. And you'll see quite a number of people responding. This tactic can generate a good amount of quality leads. We probably generate between 10 plus leads a month from this tactic. The fourth tactic is letter writing. What you want to do here is really focus on the area that meet your criteria. The area you may have chosen, for example, is Durham, has hundreds of thousands of people living there. But what you want to do is filter down on terms of the specific locations and goldmine area, and then identify those properties that you would like to buy. The key trick here is walk those streets and then look at those houses where it may have a for sale sign or for rent sign. Jot down those addresses and then go online to the land registration and pay for a land registration title deed. That's only £3. It will give you the title deeds that sets out who is the owner of that property and what's their address. What you're finding is, especially for let, is the owners of those houses are not going to live in that specific house. Searching the title deed to find their actual house will mean that when you do send that letter out, you're sending it to the right individual and to the right address. You'll need a good amount of investment capital here, because per title deed it's £3 and you may have 100 of those contacts, which means £300, and then every letter may set you back between 60 pence to £1. And also you want to consistently write these letters, so we're looking at one a month to those individuals. And there's a series of letters that we send, and if you want access to those, feel free to reach out to us. But if you want to take the time and effort to write it yourself, the key thing I must stress here is do not bombard them with information. To keep it simple as well as benefit driven. That's one thing I need to emphasize throughout this whole training. Always focus on the benefits of that person contacting you. So letter writing, keep it simple, benefit driven, and consistently post them out to those individuals. And then leafleting. So again, focus on that gold mine area. You may have 3,000 or 4,000 houses. Are opportunities for you to also seek to contact. And here's what you do. You write your leaflet and you want to focus on the size of an A5. Make sure it's benefit driven, focus on bullet points, and you can either create this yourself in PowerPoint or Word, and then you want to either print them off yourself for free or get a design company to put it into the design format that you most like. Now, recommendations, focus on yellow leaflet because that really attracts the attention of the reader. If a yellow letter comes through their post, stand out from the rest of the leaflets or letters which will be in white envelopes. You also want to focus on making sure you consistently deploy that. I can't stress that enough. Consistently leaflet those letter boxes. If you haven't got the time to do that, to walk up and down those streets once a month and post into thousands of houses, you can do two things. One, you can use the local post office service, or you can look to find a part-time person to walk those streets and post it for you. And typically it will cost between £50 to £100 for every 1,000 houses. But you need to find the person who will consistently put the leaflet through, because there's examples of individuals being paid for work that they haven't done, i.e. saying they've leafleted, but actually just put the leaflets in the bin and ask for the money. Now, if you need some assistance here with the leaflets, because we've got a certain formula that we deploy, generates a high conversion rate between 5 to 10% for every leaflet that we send out, feel free to reach out to us. Last but not least is to work with your power team. So in video 1, I tried to highlight and really emphasize that your power team is what saves you money and creates you money as well. Your power team are going to be individuals that on a day-to-day basis are coming in contact with vendors as well as sellers of properties, and by consistently speaking to those power team, they can always pass you a deal or opportunity whenever it may arise. You just need to remember to be clear and concise with what your criteria is and how much you're willing to potentially pay them. So work your power team, utilize it, and you'll get some really, really strong quality leads. Now, I just want to highlight the success tips you need to deploy when you're doing marketing. You need to have a mindset that marketing is an investment. So you may be thinking, you're investing £1,000 and that £1,000 could be used elsewhere. But marketing is a machine that can keep printing you money. You have to think for every £1,000 you may be generating £5,000. So you always want to look at what is a return on investment for you investing that money. Create a plan. Don't go in this willy-nilly. Look at, from those 6 marketing tactics I've given you, do further research, ask more questions, and then create a strategy around it. How much money are you going to deploy? How much time are you going to give it? Who do you need? Etc, etc. Create a plan, and that's what's going to really help make sure that you are on track to get the results you need. And then you want to look at investing a minimum of 6 months worth of funds into each marketing tactic. Do not start any of those tactics if you're just going to stop after 2, 3, 4 months. I'd recommend a minimum of 6 months. And track your results. You want to do this consistently to see what's working and what needs to be potentially dropped, what potentially needs to be more optimized. And you want to do this to make sure that every pound you're investing, you're getting as much return as possible. Track your results. And be persistent. I think I've tried to stress this enough with each tactic I've recommended. But be persistent, continuously deploy it, put the time into it, and you'll see the results. And take massive action. Massive action will generate massive results. There may be days where you're tired, there may be days where there's limited time, but try and carve out as much time as you can to put those strategies into place. And if you need any help or you need some guidance, feel free to reach out. I've just talked about the 6 marketing strategies that we recommend and what we deploy in our business consistently to get results and leads that we need. If you don't have the time, but you've got capital and you're proactive, then I already stressed that you get a property sourcer. The property sourcer will save you time, money, and stress. I can't underline that enough. The time, if you haven't got any, the money, because they should be doing the due diligence, finding a property that meets your criteria, so they should be creating you money, and the stress. So a property source should be assisting you from start to finish. Now, you may be asking yourself, how do I know who is a good property sourcer? We're a property sourcing company ourselves that focus just in the northeast on lease options and below market value primarily. But you may be looking to invest in another area, or maybe you've got a different strategy, or maybe you just want to have some understanding of what to look for in a property sourcer. So I've highlighted some key bullet points, and those are just a few. There's more I would recommend, but these are a few that we look to make sure that our clients are experiencing when they use our service. So number 1 is have a clear process. From start to finish, your sourcer should be helping you and should be walking you through each step as they come along. They should have a clear process that they're following, because planning and preparation is key to being a success in property. And then 2 is simple to understand paperwork. So they should be transparent They should be able to talk clearly and articulately about their paperwork that you may be signing up to. With your property source, before you sign anything, make sure you understand the paperwork. If you need legal advice, seek it, but make sure your property sourcer can explain it to you and that you feel comfortable with whatever you sign up to. And they should be experienced in property. There's a huge number of new property sources with zero property experience. So make sure you speak to your sourcer, understand what their experience is, what kind of deals they complete, and just fill them out. See if it's a property sourcer that you feel comfortable working with. Your property sourcer should also have local knowledge. They should seek to have knowledge of what's the future investment, what's the key topics that you need to be aware of what's going on in that local market. And then they should also have positive client feedback, so testimonials, video testimonials, written testimonials. Ask them for that. And then they should try and help you with bespoke strategies to meet your requirements. Maybe you've got limited capital, but you want to start in property, or maybe you've got a substantial amount of capital, but limited time. They should try and help find a strategy and tactic that meets your requirements and your situation. They should also remain abreast of changes in the marketplace in property as well as locally. In the last 2 or 3 years, there's been changes from the government and through the budget, be it tax changes as well as stamp duty, and they should be keeping abreast of that and helping to educate you so that you can save money, time and stress if any of those changes impact you. And they should also have access to an active power team. Your property sourcer is meant to save you money and stress, and as I've underlined before, a power team will help do that. And the power team will help make sure that you complete that property in the shortest amount of time. So that means gaining access to a solicitor as well as having access to a broker who can find you the mortgages that mean that you can fund the property. So those are just a few of the items that I would recommend you look for when you're doing your due diligence on a property sourcer. But if you have any questions or want to have further understanding of what to look for in a property sourcer, feel free to reach out. So if you have any questions on this video or would like help with your property investing, please feel free to reach out to myself or my business partner Richard Muse using the contact details on screen. We would love to help. Thank you for watching video 3. In part 4, we're going to talk about deal analysis, where we're going to be calculating step-by-step return on investment, and you'll get access to the deal analysis spreadsheet that we use in our business. So please watch part 4 now. And if you're enjoying this video series, please subscribe to our channel where you'll be notified of new videos, tricks and hacks that we're using in our business